When you take Balance of Nature fruits and veggie supplements, you get a moment of peace, knowing you're getting 31 ingredients of whole fruits and vegetables. It's like pressing pause, if only for a second, to focus on what really matters to you. A simple choice, a deep breath, and the reassurance that you're taking care of you. Go to balanceofnature.com and get 35% off your first preferred set as a new preferred customer by using discount code POD.
Hey listeners, I'm Mishi Harman and this is Israel Story. Last month, at the height of the war with Iran, while ballistic missiles were flying and sadly occasionally also landing all over the place, and our lives were governed by the Homefront Command's instructions, our team of producers went out to the street and asked Israelis in various different cities to speak directly to the folks in Iran. Here, as a reminder, is a shortened taste of what we had collected and released.
If you could now speak to someone in Iran, what would you want them to know about you, or what would you want to tell them?
Oh man, past 6 nights have been sirens and waking up and no sleep. And
the bombs are really strong. We're also anxious for our life.
Everything's upside down.
A few times in a day, we need to go to the shelter.
I mean, like, that's life during war and life under fire. You're always running.
Last night I was able to fall back asleep after the siren because I didn't go back onto my phone.
We are all around the home all day, every day.
We don't do much. We're not working. It's a little bit boring.
I felt quite aimless, purposeless, directionless, and that isn't who I usually feel like.
And it's terrifying, but that's a reality. I feel like being alone in war is really scary, so I try to be with people all the time.
My mommy is 16. It's hard for her to run to the bomb shelter,
We don't have a shelter in my apartment, so we are sleeping in my mother's with all our 4 kids and a dog.
We know God is protecting us. Yes, God is here in the equation. But I do believe that these are exactly the end times, how they are supposed to look before a better time.
Ahmed, if you could talk to someone in Tehran right now, what would you want to say to them?
Fuck you.
Why?
5 minutes, it's down Miklat.
You keep having to run because of the sirens.
Yes.
The little bit that we feel here running to bomb shelters, like I imagine it's so much worse there, so.
Our governments are stupid, but I believe in people and in peace, and I hope one day we can drink coffee in Iran and you can drink coffee here. Stay safe.
Be safe.
Stay safe. Peace and love. Peace and love.
I'm sorry that this is happening for you.
We know that they want peace as much as we want peace.
We love you and love your culture.
We want peace. We want love.
We love them really much. We support them. We always love them.
We're not enemies.
Who make the problem is just the leaders.
The people in Israel love you, but Khamenei not good.
It's their turn to go out of the street, to break the regime from the inside.
I hope people hearing me in Tehran will be hearing it as free people and free from dictatorship and Islamism.
We're just really tired. We're not sleeping, and I'm sure people in Iran aren't sleeping either. But, you know, a woman is a woman, a mother is a mother, children are scared, sirens are sirens. Like, it doesn't matter where they're going off.
At the end of that episode, we said that we hoped to air a counterpart episode, one in which people in Iran talk directly to us here in Israel and tell us what their lives are like. What are their thoughts, their fears? What do they want us Israelis to know about their experience of war? There were a lot of challenges in pulling this off. To begin with, there was very limited internet in Iran, and many social media platforms were either down or else heavily restricted. Then there's obviously a lot of fear and suspicion. And, of course, the elephant in the room, our show is called Israel Story. But with a lot of hard work, primarily by our production intern Ada Perlman and her Iranian contact Hadi Mehdian, we managed to receive dozens of messages from folks all over Iran. Many of them were written, rather than recorded, and almost all those who sent them in asked to remain anonymous and or make their voices unrecognizable. So, employing the true magic of AI, we created Persian-sounding voices who bring you, dear listeners, a tapestry of very real messages from Iranians to Israelis. Here we go.
So, what's your daily life in Iran like right now?
Well, daily life in Tehran is still very tense. There are checkpoints on most streets. Even traffic police are standing on the streets with Kalashnikovs.
The circumstances have changed very quickly.
It's not daily life anymore.
I hear the sound of bombs, missiles and anti-aircraft guns in Tehran every night.
At first it was difficult, but we've gotten used to it, and the explosion sounds have become almost normal.
Unlike the people of Israel who are used to rockets and missiles and are trained to deal with it, the majority of Iranian people, especially the generation of people under 50, have no idea what to do during blasts. In fact, for many, this was the first time they understood what war really is.
I can't do this anymore. All I want is to find a way out of Iran.
There's kind of a panic.
The psychological shock became really serious when people realized that bombs didn't only fall in desert areas, but also in our cities.
We were afraid.
We took our stuff and left Tehran.
We ran away.
Many people from big cities went to their relatives' homes in villages or smaller towns, and they took refuge there. This type of thing caused financial pressures on the host families, and even sometimes led to family fights. Especially since in our culture, counting expenses and splitting the cost is not very common or pleasant.
We are separated from our city and our lives.
It feels like civilians' lives in Iran are endangered, and that we're being used as a protective shield for the mullahs.
We only talk about the war and worry about our friends and family. That's it.
I'm experiencing new levels of feelings of loneliness.
Some Iranians ran straight back to the mullahs out of fear.
The internet is extremely weak, and the VPNs that used to work before the war aren't working anymore.
The motherfucking mullahs cut off the internet and disturbed our lives.
It's not clear what's happening with online classes.
I'm currently under a lot of stress.
For 2 or 3 days, the streets were completely closed. Now they are starting to open up, but business has dropped significantly.
Cafes and restaurants have reduced their opening hours and close earlier.
Prices have increased, and if I protest, the sellers just say that we are at war.
People are afraid that the war will be prolonged and that infrastructures will be destroyed, so they buy a lot of bread to stock up, and this creates very long lines.
Something that's changed in my life since the start of the war is the communication I have with people around me. The most unfortunate incident is the declining affinity between me and my old friend from middle school. She's always been a good person to me, but I'm now having trouble interacting with her since she follows the Islamic Republic's national news, and I'm bothered by what's being fed to her as fact. I keep having the urge to talk to her and convince her that the news she's being fed is the wrong version of events. But I also have to take into account the fact that she comes from an extremely religious family, and that as a girl she's already threatened by so many factors in Iran, even without having any anti-regime thoughts. So I try to avoid talking to her about sensitive things at all. The result of this whole situation is that I no longer can have genuine conversations with her because of the massive gap in our political views, and I'm afraid this might ruin our friendship. So in these past few days, I've been mourning the potential loss of our friendship, and I still haven't found a way to fully cope with it.
I spend my days babysitting and taking care of my siblings, even though I had no experience doing this before, and suddenly this responsibility was given to me.
Now that there's a ceasefire, employees will go back to work, but the military presence is still very felt.
People are still worried about future or sudden attacks by Israel, and they avoid crowded gatherings.
I think on both sides, we don't really trust this ceasefire.
Life is returning to how it was before the war.
So if you could say something to someone in Israel right now, what would you want to tell them?
My message is that the war is not the war of the Iranian people, it is the war of the regime.
Both my family and I agree that Israel is not our enemy.
You should know that the only thing that unites most people here is that we oppose the corruption and tyranny of the Islamic Republic. Iranians are not defenders of the Islamic Republic. The youth and free people of Iran have never been and will never be satisfied with war, because we are a freedom-loving nation, and freedom cannot be achieved through war, but must be earned from within the people.
Every day we curse the government, and everyone agrees that Israel should continue its attacks.
People of Israel, I am extremely touched by the empathy you show towards the freedom fighters of Iran in all the social media spaces, and it tremendously helps with my feelings of loneliness and helps me imagine better days for Iran.
You shouldn't wait for friends and allies in the world.
If people in the West can be so filled with hatred of Jews that they sympathize with the Iranian Ayatollahs, the only conclusion you should draw is to never count on them and always be careful.
Israel should assume that it has no allies and will have no allies.
I would like to mention that a close friend of mine is Jewish, and he visited Israel a while ago and sent me beautiful pictures from there.
With each day that passes, I yearn more and more for the day that I can finally visit Israel.
I also have a small side request for Israelis, and that is to hold your media a little more accountable. If you watch Israeli TV, they make it seem like Israel can't do anything, while it has been proven many times that it can do a lot.
You have brought pride to the region thanks to the beauty and progress within your culture. I'm truly sorry that you too have been affected by the Islamic Republic.
I hope to always keep in touch with you and express my gratitude to you.
My message to the people of Israel: keep going.
I hope you stay safe.
Stay safe, especially your little children.
דרור יקרה לבנים בת ואין סוכם כמו בעבר דרור יקרה לבנים בת ואין סוכם כמו בעבר. Yes. דרור יקרה לבנים בת ואין סוכם כמו בבד דרוש נביא בעולמי ואות שעשעימי נטע שורק בתוך כרמי שישב ביד בני ימי
بمیرم تا تو چشم تر نبینی شرار آه پا زر نبینی چنان از آتش عشقت بسوزم که اسم و رنگ خاکستر نبینی داد و بیداد آی چنان از آتش عشقت بسوزم که اسم و رنگ خاکستر نبینی
Wayfair's biggest sale of the season is here. Right now, score up to 80% off everything home, plus fast and free shipping site-wide. Shop now through July 28th at wayfair.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.